Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is Mad Money Shot, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. Got part 2 of my Buccaneers gun tight formation scheme. This formation, I can stay in this formation the entire game. I'm going to put out some gameplays of me using this formation out of the Packers. I might start using the Saints again because they have a lot of my more favorite plays in a pretty similar setup. But this entire book is one of the best passing playbooks in the game. It's got some really good formations, whether it's the type that I'm going to show you today. If you guys want to, I could show you some plays out of the split close, which I know was really popular last year. I don't see it as much this year, but the split close is in here. It's got an excellent split close. I have a really good scheme out of that. This is, to me, one of the better formations in the game. You can still run it just as well as you did in the previous years. The empty bunch wide, it's a formation that I find myself using more and more. I put out a video of that as well. I'll try to put a link in the description below for that as well, for people that want to get as much content out of the BUCS book as they can. So I'll try to remember to put some links in the description. Other than that, like I said, this is part 2, so I'm going to show a couple more plays out of the tight. And I'm going to use a lot of the same concepts out of the first video. My favorite play out of this entire formation is, and to me, one of the best plays in the game is the bench right there in the middle. So like I said, I'd add them all to my audibles, as you can see I'm doing right here. But to me, the bench is the most versatile play. You can run it as is, and it's a really great man beater. It's a really great cover 2, cover 3, whatever. It's a really great play against most defenses. But if you can use adjustments throughout the game that really makes it unstoppable. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's go ahead and let's pick that play first. Before I start the video though, I just want to thank my new sponsors at MMOXP.com. If you guys are looking to buy some coins for your MUT team, you can do that there, and you can support me by supporting them and buying your coins through them. And make sure to use discount code MONEYSHOT so they know that you came from my site, from my channel. Other than that, let's get into the video. One of my most go-to plays in my gameplay videos is the bench. It's just a really easy to read concept play. I typically just want to have the running back on a comeback route. I don't really care for the check and release, but it's okay. I mean, I can keep it in the check and release, but I want to make sure he runs the route, because a lot of times your user opponent will try to cover these outside routes. As I get a bad throw right there, but you see he was open, but a lot of times they'll try to cover these outside routes. They'll see the bench switch concept developing, and that'll essentially give them the center of the field wide open with the running back comeback. So I really want to do that quite a bit. I feel this play is a little bit less effective post patch, but it's still really good against cover 2. And then obviously your cover 3 beater is going to be Evans or the out routes. So if I want to make this read as simple as possible, cover 2 is Howard and Perriman, cover 3 is Evans and Godwin. I feel like they both really beat man coverage pretty well. Obviously, if you're getting all-out man blitzed, your underneath routes are going to be quicker open. But typically, with the popular defense that people run when they like to run that pinch bucko or whatever, man all-out blitz, the safeties, even if they press, the safeties don't really press too good. So you'll essentially have those Y routes. So like I said right here, I mean, I'm reading high to low, and I'll take whatever I can get. I'll take the low if that's what's there. If I were to take the same concept as a previous play and put him on a flat beater, that will not beat man coverage, but I still have that option. So if the coverage gets pulled back or you get a cornerback blitz like that, you can see how quickly that gets open, but if it's a man blitz, he's not going to get open. So essentially you just need to leave it where it is, and then like I said, the RB route, like I said right there. I mean, anytime you have that man, you see how those safeties, they don't really man very well, but if you press, they don't come all the way down to the point where they're making contact with the receivers either. So even though I'm not simulating it the same way people do online, because I'm not using the defense, I know enough from using it online. If they come down and press, if they do press, the safeties don't come down close enough to get into the face of the receivers. And then you can see if it's a cover 3, it still gets outside of cover 3 pretty well too, which is a much slighter window. If you want to, you can borrow concepts from the first 2 plays. You can put Godwin. If you think it's a cover 3, you can put Godwin on a flat. Or if you want to try to get Howard open, you can put Godwin on a streak. You can borrow those concepts because it's essentially a pretty similar look. But I wouldn't mess with the side with Evans and Perriman, because that's a much better side. Those guys run the routes a lot better. I'm just not messing with the money side. And you can see right there, the only thing that really messes it up is bad throws, which Cam's doing quite a bit. But you have options. What I mean? Like if I really want to, I can always streak this guy, try to get the tight end side open to get better against cover 3. You can see there. I mean, obviously Howard's an amazing athlete at tight end, so that's going to be a really good play. So you can do all these concepts. They're all translatable. The next play that I would say would be a really good, specialty play is the PA BUCS cross. This is a pretty much just a man beater play. You have some options as far as like cover two. I mean, your Godwin's route and Perriman's route will be a pretty good combination against cover two. But typically, I would pick this play if I want to run against man. I'm going to motion out the X route once again. Take away the pass block because that's going to get in the way of timing. But if it's a cover one or a cover zero blitz, I pretty much take away Howard as well if it's a man coverage. Although I guess I can't put him on a pass block, which I typically think that I can do with a tight end close to the line like that. But I guess in this formation I can't pass block him. So I would just put the running back on a pass block. Evans here, it's all a timing route. I can have the option whether to throw it immediately and he'll cut right in front of the man corner a lot like a slant, or I have the option to hold on to it late and, like I said, pass block that running back so you don't get anything in the timing and in the way of timing as I'm fumbling my words. We're like right there. If he bites like that, you can just hold it and then you can get a really big play to the outside. Now, obviously, if I had a faster receiver, it might be even more exaggerated than it was. I know that Evans is a really good receiver, but I obviously want a speed guy running that typically. So like I said, he really gets beat two different ways. The man corners, if they play off like this, get beat two different ways, where they either get beat underneath just like that, or they'll get beat over the top if you hold it long enough. But you have to get, this is more of a, like I said, you have to get a certain look where the cornerback bites. So you might not get that. So to me, it's a little bit safer to wait till he cuts in front and just throw it right away than it is to wait for the look where he shoots in for it. But it's all timing. I mean, it's like I said, it's all timing. I could take that all game if they're running man coverage off man coverage. If they're pressing, it doesn't necessarily work the same way. But it's still a good play. Like I said, I mean, when I play man coverage blitzing a lot of time, I don't necessarily press. People think that everybody presses man. I don't necessarily do that. There, like I said, it's not a guarantee. I still got it over him, though. But it's not a guarantee that he bites or that I get the timing properly. So that's why I said the first variation is a little bit better. So like I said, when I play man coverage, if you've seen my man coverage defense or my game plays, I'm not pressing typically. I really don't. I just find that it works just as good. I typically treat my man coverages like they're the safeties on the play. I don't want to press them to the point where they can just get beat off the line. If they are pressing, a lot of times if they're running that man blitz, if they are pressing and you have a good receiver, you can just streak the play. You know what I mean? So it's like if people do run that a lot where they're pressing, I don't find that necessarily makes it any better. I find it just you can get beat right off the line and hit a home run that way. So it really depends, based off of how good your receiver is or how good your cornerback is. So like I said right there, that was actually, I threw that a little prematurely, and you can see how the results can vary based off of timing of the throw. So the next play that I really think, the last play rather, is the BUCS seams. This play here used to be a lot glitchier than it is now, but ultimately I guess they really had to patch this because it was a really glitchy formation. All I really want to do is take the RB route, put him on some sort of route, typically a streak, just to motion him over. I have to motion him over twice, but I'm going to motion him over, and then I'm going to smart route the Y route. And this is going to be a really big cover two play because they have to cover that RB route obviously first. And you can see right here, like Perriman gets outside. If I was a little more to the sideline, that would have been an obvious touchdown. I'll go ahead and I'll move the ball over just a little bit. You just want to know where you are in the field. Any advantage you can get to the open side, the better. You can get a similar effect by putting the X route on a streak and then smart routing the Y route. If I do this, I can at least leave the running back to pass block, but I don't find it works necessarily as good. I mean, you still get, if you get a good pass lead, you can still get outside. I just find that the running back, it gets a much better reaction, mostly because the running back is at the line of scrimmage, which is part of the reason that the safety has to drop back even further. Like I said, he's just got a little bit of an advantage to as far as position, pulling the safety inside, and he has a little bit of an advantage as far as speed goes because he's just going to get up the field right away. But then, like I said, you really have to worry about, and then I keep getting, even though I'm to the sideline, I'm still not getting the best throws to turn upfield for a touchdown. But the pass rush is a little bit more of a concern if you don't have the running back blocking. So that's really the only thing. But it's really up to you. I mean, if they're playing off cover two, they're not really sending blitzes, this will be a better way. So, it's really up to you. If you want to use one way or the other, you have your two options. So like I said, a blitzing cover two, might want to block the running back. The throwing window to me is a little bit slighter. As you can see right there, I have to pass lead it outside more, but it's still there. I just don't have the option to turn, catch, and run. But with that, I mean, this is definitely just a straight up cover 2 play. See right there, if I throw it too early, the coverage is there. You know what I'm saying? So even the pass blocking the running back didn't help me on that play. So in my opinion, just, this is the better way to go. And you could always just, like Evans, I'm not really sure he's necessarily doing anything, so I could always put him on that flat. If it's a cover 3, I still like that cover 3 flat concept. Pulls that cornerback down pretty good anyway. And then, like I said, the pass lead's really the thing if I'm going to be house calling it or not. I don't really have to smart route Y either. That's not really key. But you can see right here, I mean, we're just pulling those safeties in. Like I said, if I threw the RB route, it's not going to be there. And then this route's just getting wide open past the cover 2. So cover 2 is much improved, but you can't really, a play like this is going to destroy it. And it's going to destroy it outside, which is really better. I mean, a lot of plays that try to beat cover 2 right up the middle with the safeties isn't really the way to go. So that's it. That's the video. If you guys want to see more BUCS plays, like I said, I can do the split close without a problem. A very good scheme out of that as well. And that's it. If you want to see more, hit the like button. That's it. Other than that, thanks for watching, man. Shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.